Hey guys, Greg here with Planet Green Zen, and thank you for coming to my channel. Now, I have a question for you guys. Have you guys ever heard of Reiki? It's a good question, right? But before we jump into that, if you guys have never been to this channel, what I love to do is just inspire the world in 5 main areas of life, and those are mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, and socially. Because I truly believe that if we all had holistic yin-yang balance of each one of those areas on this earth, we would live in world peace and abolish hunger, slavery, famine, and have more wealth and health together, and just be able to enjoy this beautiful world as one human unit. So if you guys believe in similar messages, go ahead and support this channel. Alright, so I have a special treat for you guys today. We're going to go meet my friend Audrey. She's a Reiki master. And at the beginning, you guys are in for a special treat. So go ahead and follow me this way. We'll go ahead and say, meet Audrey. Alrighty guys, so we're going to meet my friend Audrey. Again, she's a Reiki master, and let's go meet her. Hey Audrey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Really
Nice
good
to see you.
You too. Alrighty, so hey guys, so I'm here with Audrey. Like I told you outside, she's a Reiki master. How are you doing today, Audrey?
Doing well, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So for people out there watching this and they've never heard of Reiki or don't know what it is, what is Reiki?
So Reiki is a healing art form. It is energy healing. So Reiki actually translates to spiritually guided life force energy. So yeah, when I do Reiki, it's not an energy that's coming from my body personally, it's an energy that's coming through me. So I'm acting as a channel, and the energy is the divine source energy. So when it's channeled into a living being, or you can even Reiki food and pets and things like that, what it does is it promotes your body's natural healing process, and it also gets to the energetic source of any ailments, whether it's anxiety, depression, fear, or muscle soreness, or diabetes, blindness. It can really get to the source of everything.
That's amazing. See guys, and like I always tell you guys, when you tap into the universe source powered by God, or wherever you want to call it, that's what I like to say, you can learn to use that power for good. And then just like Audrey, she uses it to help heal people, tap into the divine, like she stated, and channel that energy through her. So that's amazing. So how did you actually become a Reiki master and get to where you are? How did that all happen?
Yeah, so I grew up in, it's kind of a long story, I'll try to keep it brief,
Okay.
but I grew up in a fairly spiritual household.
Okay.
I grew up in a rural town north of Toronto in Canada, and my parents are both Buddhists, so like from the age of 6 I have memories of chanting with Buddhists in my living room. Every Tuesday night they came to our house and we would have Buddhist meetings. And at the age of 12, my mom and I got certified in Reiki. So I've been doing Reiki the vast majority of my life. Yeah, we got certified when I was 12, and then when I was 14, I got my second Reiki degree. And it was something that I always kind of used just here and there. Maybe somebody would come to me and ask for healing on a specific issue. Or sometimes I would just Reiki my dogs. But it was kind of just like one of those tools I had in my tool belt, and I never really thought that I would use it professionally, at least until maybe I was way down the road and had retired or something like that.
Wow.
But then I went to school in California, got my bachelor's of liberal arts, studied international studies, and I graduated, and I came into this world with a million ideas of what I wanted to do and so many passions that I couldn't decide which one to go with.
Okay.
And so I kind of threw caution to the wind and moved to San Diego and just really started exploring different walks of life and what I like to call the Shadowlands.
Ooh, sounds mystical.
The Shadowlands, yeah. And I really kind of got lost there spiritually and started, I just stopped valuing my own dreams and stopped valuing myself and my life as much as I should. And, there's that saying, your vibe attracts your tribe. So
oh wow, I never heard that. I like that. Your vibe attracts your tribe. I like
yeah, so I wasn't attracting the best tribe during those days, and I had to move out of San Diego. It wasn't going anywhere good.
Okay.
So I moved to Arizona, and it quickly became clear that the universe was sending me all these like messages like, you are not doing the right thing. It was slapping me around. And it was coming in loud and clear. I was attracting really malicious people.
Okay.
So yeah, it basically became very clear that I needed to transform my life. And I needed to go back to my roots and reconnect with that spiritual upbringing that I had and reconnect to Reiki. So I actually got back into it because I was seeking energy healing, because I needed something to help me in my spiritual evolution and my healing process.
Okay.
So I sought out a Reiki master here in Arizona. And the first time that I came into her office, she told me she was teaching a Reiki master class that following weekend, and I'd been waiting over 10 years to get my Reiki master degree.
Wow.
So I jumped in head first, got my Reiki master, and then decided, now that I have the degree to do this professionally and take this out into the world and heal others, I should do that. So
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, and once I had kind of like come back to my path and realigned with my purpose, everything just fell into place like magic. It was a matter of weeks before I had my own office, my own website, my own business cards, and clientele, and I was doing Reiki.
See, guys, that I just want to. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but
Okay.
it's just like I tell you guys on a lot of my videos, to where, like Napoleon Hill said, you think you go rich. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. Your mind is the most powerful weapon you have in the universe. And when you learn to get on the right frequency, it's like a radio. You can tune into FM or AM. All those radio waves are there around us right now, but the radio box actually helps you tune into that specific frequency that you want to hear, like an FM or AM station. So you can think of your mind as like a radio box, where it's powerful enough to tune into whatever frequency and vibration you need in order to attract what you need and want in your life. So just keep that in mind, guys. Okay, so next question I have for you is, so what is your, I guess you could say, mission statement or purpose in your business? What are you trying to accomplish overall?
Right. So through my own experience of getting Reiki while I was going through my healing journey, that was quintessential to my overcoming what I was going through. And I really gained like a deep belief in the power of this energy healing in the moment that it was able to transform my life and release all this anxiety and all this suffering and all this just yuck that was in me at that time. Reiki was the only thing that got to that energetic source and released that. So I have a deep belief that energy healing can be a really key part of people's healing journeys. And I also have seen it work for just about everything you could possibly imagine. So it's my personal mission to give that back to people and to be a guide and a facilitator in other people's healing journeys, and to reach anybody who's seeking, because I feel like there's often kind of this perspective or societal norm that energy healing is for hippies and it's kind of woo-woo and you can't see it, so does it really work? But it's my goal to really extend this invitation to everybody and make them all feel welcome to receive energy healing and take time to really just receive and connect with their own divinity.
I love that, because even with me and my purpose, once I discover I'm meant to help inspire and guide people, when you find your true purpose in life, you naturally want to give back and serve other people. It's just, I believe it's part of the package, and it doesn't feel like a task or like a chore. You truly feel grateful when you help someone, and that person comes back to you and they thank you. And again, just a simple thank you just can mean 1,000 words, or more than like $1,000 or whatever. But it's when you serve other people, it just really makes you feel great. So that's awesome that you're doing that.
Thanks.
Okay, and what services or products do you offer? So if someone wants to come for an appointment, what type of services and products do you have?
So generally what it looks like is you'll schedule an appointment. Usually appointments last about an hour. People will come in. We'll talk a little bit, maybe spend 15 minutes or so just kind of getting to know each other, especially if it's your first time coming to me for Reiki. So we'll get to know each other, kind of talk about what's going on, what are you working on, and then we'll get into the Reiki. So it's kind of like a massage without the touching.
Wireless massage, guys.
Yeah, it's like a massage for your energy field.
Awesome.
So yeah, there is like gentle laying of hands. Usually I'll ask people their permission to just lay my hands, because I do find that touch can be very healing in itself, and just feeling that human connection and that warmth is very healing. And then yeah, we'll spend the rest of the hour doing Reiki and wrap it up at the end, see how it went, get a little bit of feedback, give a little bit of feedback, and go from there.
That's awesome. And then just based on your experience when you actually have a session with a person, when they first come in to when they're leaving, do you sense something different in them, or do they have like a different frequency or vibration or happiness to them when you're finished with that session?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. One of the most common effects is that it's just very calming.
Okay.
And people can come in like a ball of stress and then leave like a ball of goo.
I like
It's
that.
awesome.
It's like you can just mold it to whatever you want from there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and our next question I have is, how do you actually advertise yourself or get the word out there so people who need energy healing, they can know how to like find you? How do you
Right.
advertise yourself?
Yeah, so the majority of my advertising is actually word of mouth. And that's where I've had the most success, is
Some of the
just
best.
passing business cards to everybody who I see. I give them to my hairdresser, to my yoga instructor, to people at networking events. Everywhere I go, I'm just letting people know that this is the service that I provide, and I'm offering contact information. And that's been the greatest success, especially in such an intimate service where you are almost doing like a therapeutic thing. It's important to have some sort of connection going in. So the few times where I've had clients come in that I don't know at all, or that haven't been referred by a friend, we'll do a phone call and just kind of get to know each other just really briefly over the phone, so that they feel comfortable when they're coming in.
Awesome, gosh. And then this is kind of like a bonus question. It just popped in my mind. Is this possible, or do you know anyone that actually can do this, like in a sense, like wirelessly? Like if someone wants to do it digitally, like do like a Zoom call or something, and they can't be here physically?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, this
Wow,
is
guys,
possible.
you hear
So
that?
yeah, actually, in your Reiki degree, your second Reiki degree, they teach you how to do long distance healings.
Wow.
So energy, I'm not going to go into the quantum physics of it all, but it's basically you invoke the Hermetic law of similarities. So that allows you to access somebody else's energy field just by invoking that law where you currently are. So you basically like send the energy to that person, and it helps if you have a visual of them or a picture, or if you're on a video or something like that, and you can Reiki them from long distance.
Awesome. Reminds me of like remote viewing. That's another topic for another channel, but remote viewing, guys, want to look into that. Okay, my next question is actually more general. Based on your experience, why do you feel is that most people don't pursue their dreams and goals? Like, you found your passion, you pursued it, you became successful. Why do you think most people don't actually take that step to pursue their dreams?
I think that people don't understand the power that they have. I think people are not in touch with their own potential and their own power to create their dream as their reality. And I think a lot of people have just grown up in this world where they see people settling for jobs and lives and cars and houses and wives and husbands that they're just not totally satisfied with. And it's kind of just become the norm, and people have learned to just accept that and to settle. And I think we stop ourselves. We put limits on ourselves, and we think maybe it's going to be too hard, or even deeper than that, I'm not worthy of this, and I don't deserve this, and I'm not good enough. And I think even if we're not actively saying those words in our heads, a lot of the time we're feeling that deeply inside. And we're losing touch with that spark that we might have had when we were kids. I can be anything I want to be. I'm going to grow up and have the best life. And when we're kids, we're actually a lot wiser than we often grow up to be, because we understand the power that we have as children, and we're so connected to our dreams. And I think that's really the key, is just remembering that your thoughts, your actions, your energy, you as a human being are infinitely powerful. And you can really achieve anything you want to do if you work towards it and if you align with that frequency.
You touched on so many things. I hope you guys are taking notes because she just killed it right there. But yes, and like I've told you guys before, like Audrey just stated, when we were kids, you know, we have like the whole world as our oysters. Like is that the same oyster? Yeah. But then, you know, we we kind of go to school. Then we start to think standardized tests. Standardized test is how we measure smartness and intelligence. And then if we get a bad grade, like a D or F, we're called failures or stupid. So we think that's, you know, we start off here, and then we start to limit each year, each different, you know, we start to settle for life. And again, guys, you don't have to do that, because the definition of failure is not failing, it's quitting. So failure is actually part of becoming successful. You have to fail in order to appreciate your greatness and your success. So I just don't want you guys to give up because something is hard, it's challenging. That's what, if you research any successful person, they all have to go through their failures, but again, the media just puts out their accomplishments and not what they went through to get there. So just keep fighting, guys. Don't ever give up on your dreams or passions. All right, so next question I have for you is, and I ask this on every interview, guys, what are your thoughts on other people's opinions when it comes to someone else trying to pursue greatness? And it could be, I'll let you interpret it how you want. What are your thoughts on opinions of other people?
There's so many opinions, and they're so diverse, and it really depends where you grow up on what you're going to be hearing. Like, I was blessed to have parents who were really supportive of my dream, and to have a community that was supportive of me and saw my potential, and to have that reinforced consistently through my life. Such a blessing. And a lot of people, I understand, are not lucky enough to have that, and it has absolutely nothing to do with that person. It has nothing to do with who you are. It's all circumstantial. So I'm trying to say this without swearing, but who cares what they say, what their opinions are? It's really about you believing in yourself.
Awesome, thank you for that. You guys heard me plenty of times. I don't have to go into my spiel about opinions. You can watch my other videos on it, watch past interviews, but just listen to this woman over here. She's very intelligent. She'll help you out. Okay, next question I have is, why do you feel it's important for people to be educated? And not necessarily, you know, going to school and college. I mean, it could be a path, but why do you feel it's important just to get holistically educated as a person?
Right. Yeah, I think what's most important in the topic of education is just having a quality education. And I'm also a teacher, so this definitely hits home for me. I think that we need to value our educators more highly and put more emphasis on that role in society, because, you know, you're putting a single individual in charge of supporting, nurturing, educating a group of, you know, 20, 30 individuals, young minds.
My sister can relate to. She used to be a teacher. She can totally relate to you on that one.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think it's just really important to get people in those positions who actually have their heart in it and are there for the right reasons, and that they have the support and the resources necessary to complete that mission. I think that's wildly impactful, and to also have a holistic education. I mean, as a teacher, I like to incorporate, you know, my little spiritual stuff. You know, our kids do yoga.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and just, I think it's just really important when you are being educated to have access to, you know, a range of what's out there, and to start to be exposed to this, like, notion of your role among the whole global community. And I think when you teach kids about their culture among one of many, and you start showing them, you know, what other people are doing in other walks of life and what other cultures value and other belief systems, they're going to just have so much more acceptance and so much more curiosity about what's out there, and be more willing to explore and more willing to find peace. Really, I think that's a big part of creating world peace, is just educating the youth about the world.
Oh yeah, I love it. And that's why I tell you guys, holistic balance, so we can all enjoy this world together as one human unit. And if you guys are getting value out of this interview, go ahead and like this video, share it with people in your community and tribe who needs to hear these messages, and then comment below and let me know your thoughts and what other topics you'd like me to cover in other interviews. Alrighty, so the next question I have for you is, what is something that you've failed at that you don't mind sharing with the audience here?
Yeah, I failed at a lot of things.
Haven't we all?
A lot of things. I would say probably the biggest failure, or the failure that I take most personally, is just how things went in San Diego. The fact that I had to leave that city in order to re-find myself.
Okay.
I consider it a failure because I wasn't being true to myself, honestly.
Okay.
I was letting myself go. I was eating fast food. I was working a crappy job. I was hanging out with people who were numbing their bodies through partying and drugs and alcohol, so that they didn't have to experience life and pain and suffering and realness.
Wow. Well, yeah.
And yeah, I would consider it probably my biggest failure that I did that too. That I went there, and that I think looking back on that, I wish I could have just told myself. Sorry, I'm probably answering your next question, but
Yeah, go ahead.
I wish I could have told myself that you don't have to learn everything through experience. And that's kind of always been just the way I learn. I'm like a hands-on person.
Yeah.
I got to find out for myself. I need to make my own mistakes. But it's I always knew in my head what the outcome was going to be, or what the answer was, before I even went in. And I went in anyway to really experience it. You know what I mean? And I wish I could have just told myself, you really don't have to do that. You already know it's not going to be good.
Some of us
just
like you said,
yeah, and
hands-on.
like I think it was just being young and kind of selfish and careless and reckless, and that's just a phase that we go through, and then hopefully we mature out of that.
Yeah.
But I wish I could have told myself, doing the right thing actually does feel really good, and there's no shame in that.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. Okay, and another question I have for you is, for the people listening out there, what is one piece of advice or wisdom you can share and pour onto the audience that they can take and use that?
I would say, when it comes to finding your path or your purpose in life, listen to the signs, because when you are on your path, there's going to be a million little signs saying, yes, this feels good, you're doing the right thing. People are going to come to you with feedback of, you've really helped me, or you inspire me, and all of those signs will be there. And equally, when you're not on your path, you're going to feel all these internal signs of anxiety and stress. And the way I picture anxiety is, the further you get away from your core and your internal peace, the shakier it gets. And there's that feeling of nervousness and that stress, and it's because you're not centered. And the universe will give you signs too. Things won't be going well. You'll get all these little things just coming up in your face of, this isn't right, this isn't right. So just really listen to those signs and trust your instincts, trust your heart, because you know how to get to your path. It is you. It is who you are. So center back into that, and that's when everything will start to flow.
Awesome. And again, guys, I did make a video called How to, I forget the exact title, but how to get rid of anxiety naturally. So go ahead and find that video, watch it, let me know your thoughts, and just to kind of touch on what Audrey just said. And I told you guys before, where when you start to change your frequency vibration, you will attract the things that you want into your life. But sometimes it may not be just like a purple elephant like in the room that you can see right there. Maybe it's like a whisper. You have to kind of listen in and focus and just know that that's the right voice, and you just follow that path, because it will lead you to the greatness that you desire, that you need. All right, and last but not least, if people want to connect with you, how can they do that?
Yeah, So if they want to check out a little bit of my work and what I do online, I do have a website. My business is called Spiral Energy Healing.
And I'll have that in the description, guys.
Yeah.
So if you just click on it, it'll take you straight
Yeah.
there.
So you can check out my website. I also have an Instagram that is also under Spiral Energy Healing. And on there I have my further contact information, my address and my location of this office here, and a phone where you can contact me.
Awesome.
So please reach out. I would love to meet you all.
Thank you so much for your time. This was amazing. I learned a lot from you just listening to you right now, and you poured your knowledge into me so then I can take it and pour it to other people. So thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys. Well, again, thank you for tuning in. And again, if you guys like this content, if you have any questions, feedback, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. Share this out with people, again, and your family, friends who need to hear these messages, just so they can actually start to change their paradigm and their results in life. And like the video and subscribe if you have not already, okay? So this is Greg with Planet Green Zen. You guys do have a great day.